So, g'day fellow coin and banknote collectors, how you going? This is Glenn, and today we're going to have a look at Cambodia's first banknotes. So there's actually quite a number of banknotes that were issued by Cambodia between 1955 and 1975. So over the 20-year period, there's there's about 18. Not all of them were issued for circulation, but they were printed. And in 1975, the Khmer Rouge took power. If you're not too familiar with the Khmer Rouge, they're actually quite a brutal regime. And they actually abolished currency. So these ones actually became worthless after about April 1975, not 1945, that's the end of World War II. So 1975. And the Khmer Rouge did issue their own currency for like a 1 or 2 month period in the cities, but then they actually stopped that because they actually emptied the cities, so everyone had to go in the countryside, and it was not a good period. So these are actually a nice banknote series. Most of them issued under the Sihanouk, King Sihanouk period between 1955 and 70, and in 1970 Cambodia became a republic under President Long Nol, and till 1975 there was the same banknotes pretty much issued. They did actually print some 100, 1,000, 500 and 5,000, so 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000 reals, but only I think the 500 was issued, but we'll have a look at that when we actually get to it. So the first banknote issued around about 1958 or maybe 55 is this one, and it's actually a design that is similar to the Cambodian French issue, and it's probably printed in France. So the watermark is actually the four-faced Bodhisattva, and that is actually on the other side. So if we have a look at this, so we've got a farming scene with 2 oxen, so oxen, a white and a brown one, and someone tilling the actual soil, so digging that up. And on the side we have some corn, maize, whichever one you want to call it. And it's fascinating because food has actually changed around the world, even in Cambodia, because they've got food from the Americas that have been introduced over the past 400 years. In the Americas, a lot of food from around the world was also migrated there. And this one is actually the earlier issue, so probably the 60s, and this one's closer to the 1970 time period. And as you can see, the Cambodian script is actually quite beautiful. But it doesn't have, this one does have spaces, but generally it doesn't, like this script down here. But it's just a nice script anyway. Then you got 500 in Cambodian numerals. And you can see that they're numbering. So this one, 220001, it's the same up there. And this is a separate one. So this is probably the prefix, and this is the suffix there. So this one, it's just the same as that banknote. And on the backside, we have the Previna Temple. As you can see, it's beautiful colours, beautiful. It's quite a nice banknote. So what would you actually be paying for this banknote? So this one, you'll probably be paying between $5 and $10 for one in this grade. If you want an uncirculated one, you'll be paying hundreds of dollars because they're just a very expensive banknote in uncirculated. And because this one was probably equivalent to about $5 to $10 in the 1950s to 60s, it actually was a lot of money for any Cambodian to actually have. And then we have the second series of the 1 reel. As you can see, actually has ships, and this is supposed to be the port of Phnom Penh. So there's actually a large lake near Phnom Penh, and that's actually the port on it. So you've got a lot of fishing vessels, a lot of modern vessels, and traditional ones. These ones are not too easy to get. You're probably paying about $5 per banknote, and most of them are pretty much in uncirculated, and as you can see, these ones are consecutive. So for a banknote that was issued between 1956 and 75, so this one's probably closer to the 75 year, it's actually still pretty common to get in uncirculated. And on the back we have the Royal Palace. Looks like one of the Buddhist temples, and actually I quite like that. So that's the 1 reel. Then I don't have the 5 and 10 reel. I haven't actually looked to actually get them because I've just been focused on other stuff. So this one was issued between 1956 and 75. So issued under the Kingdom and the Republic. And this one's cost about $20 in uncirculated. Well, that's what I sold the last one anyway. And on here we have a combine harvester to harvest the wheat or whatever it's harvesting. Then down here we have, looks like a horse, and is it? Let's have a look. Horse, someone doing something to the horse, and this person is actually holding a bull, and the same on this side. So it's probably a carving at Angkor, which is the old capital of Cambodia. Would have been good if that was a 0 and a 9. Oh well. And on the back we have a Phnom Penh Pagoda. That's what it's described as. Haven't actually seen what it actually is. And that's a pretty good banknote. So the next one is actually one of my favourite banknotes. It's a 50 reel. And this one was issued from 1956 to 75, so also under the Kingdom and Republic. Don't worry, that's actually in Hong Kong dollars. That's where I got it from. So not 25 Australian, 25 Hong Kong, which is about 5 Australian. And this has Lake Tong Sup. So where was it? The actual port is on that lake. So that's the same lake there, and that's the big lake in Cambodia, which is produces a lot of the actual food for Cambodia. And if you see the serial numbers, so 107035, so 107035. Then we have the prefix up there, which is 2 letters, and on the back we have the entire Angkor temple. So that's actually quite nice. I'd like to actually go visit there one day. So this was the capital into the about 1400s of the Khmer Empire, which is actually a powerful empire back in its day. As you can see, another thing I forgot to say, it's in Cambodian and French. So 50 reals, and it's got in Cambodian, which I cannot read. Then we have the 100. So the curious thing about Cambodia is that they actually issued 3 different types of 100s, and they seem to have circulated during the same time period. So we've got 1, 2, 3. So we've got a purple, blue, and a green. And they actually did issue a 4th one, which wasn't issued for circulation. And let's have a look at the first one. So this one, so the earliest one actually is supposed to be this one down here. First issued in 1957. As you can see, we've got 78, 79, 80 and 81, so consecutive run of 5, so they're actually still quite easy to actually get. I would say the reason why these ones you can get is because when the Khmer Rouge took over, a lot of these would have still been in bank vaults. They probably didn't even worry about destroying them or emptying them, just left them there, and they would have been protected. And after they were ousted in 1979, 1980, they would have been kept there, and then probably during the 90s and 2000s they would have been sold on to the collector's market. That's just a hypothesis. Can't prove that, but it's pretty plausible because of all the uncirculated banknotes are actually out there. So this one has a four-faced bodhisattva, God who hears the cries of the world, at the Banyan Temple in Angkor. Angkor's near Siem Reap. And on the back we just have 100 in Cambodian numerals and a longboat, so more like a dragon boat festival. So Cambodia actually did adopt a lot of Chinese customs as well as Indian, so they're actually pretty much a mixture. And the second one is, okay, not that one, this one here. So this one was issued in 1963, and we have Playa Vina Temple. As you can see, it looks quite damaged. The watermark is a four-faced bodhisattva. And this one is also printed by the same company who printed this one. So Geische und Deviant München. So in Munich in Bavaria. And on the back we have the Playa Vina Temple. So yeah, this is the temple near the Thai border. So the Thai border is somewhere around here, just at the face of the temple. And this is actually in Cambodian territory, and they actually had a fight over it in the international court over who actually has control of this temple. Cambodia won. So that is the 100. So these ones I actually purchased for probably about $2 each. Same with these, $2 each. This one probably the same, $2-3 each. And this is the third one that was issued in 1956, or the second one actually. This was the last one. And this one is a ceremonial oxen, so these will be at a temple somewhere. And as you can see, they're probably treated like gods. And the watermark is, there is none on this banknote, or a security thread. And on the back we have our dancers. So this is probably looks like it might be a carving at Angkor because of the way it actually is designed. Obviously they're topless, or this one is anyway. But have a look at the decorations that they actually carry. Quite nice. Nice. So that one would have circulated to 1975, and as I said, you can pick it up for $2 to $3. And then we have the banknote that wasn't issued for circulation. So this 100 was printed in 1973, and it's supposed to replace the other banknotes. And it has a weaver, and on the back we have the Angkor. And this one, like the rest, you can pick it up for under $5. So all these uncirculated banknotes pick up under $5. Then we have other banknotes. So we have high denominations that were not issued for circulation. So here we have a 500. Oh, that's right. No, the 500 was issued for circulation. The 100, 1,000 and 5,000 was not. So this one has a girl holding a jar on her head and a naga, so a mythical creature. The watermark is the guy who's actually on the 5,000, but I don't have that banknote. Should have got it when it was cheap. Now it's just too expensive for the 5,000 reals. And on the back we just have a rice field. So this one circulated for 2 years, and like the rest there would have been a lot of uncirculated banknotes in the bank vaults when the regime changed. So this one's probably about $5 to $10 to actually buy that banknote. And the highest banknote I've got is the 1,000. So this one actually was not issued for circulation. And as you can see, it has children learning. So three guys in the back and a woman in the front. It has, sorry, the watermark is actually the female. So that's her there. Yeah, you can see. has a security thread, and on the back we have the 4-face Bodhisattva, and this is actually quite a nice version of it. And as you can see, it's Bradbury Wilkinson in the UK. And this one was not issued for circulation. So in 1975, the exchange rate was about 600 to 700 reals per $1, so that would probably be about 6,000 to 7,000 reals now if you account for inflation, but not the change in exchange rate. So this one was not issued. Don't know why they didn't issue it. Maybe they didn't want to alarm the people, or maybe just the war situation got too bad and they decided not to issue it. Anyway, so those are the Cambodian banknotes between 1955 and 75. Quite a nice series to get. If you actually wanted to get this series, eBay is where I actually purchased them all. They're not too hard a series to get, but if you have a budget, then you're probably waiting for a while to actually purchase all these banknotes. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching my video. Hope it informs you about Cambodian banknotes, and I hope it actually entices you to actually collect them, because it's actually a nice series. And have an awesome banknote collecting time. Thank you and goodbye.